Let's get started. I'm going to let them in. We'll take care of the Facebook situation in a sec. All right, I'm admitting the Zoomers, y'all. Here we go.
All right. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. Peace and love to all Woo family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Day number 556. We're excited to be here with you to engage in a very powerful exchange this dawning, activating your financial abundance muscle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace and blessings, everybody. Get yourself together. Pen and paper will be needed for this session today. We have an amazing collaboration. This collabo is about to bring it this dawning. So grateful for your presence here today.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Yes, indeed. Once again, family, grand rising. We have an amazing session today that is centered around activating your financial abundance muscle. You know, you see our amazing crew, the facilitators are with you today. And we got all of some of the favorites that come through and are consistent with our facilitators. So once again, grand rising, everybody. And once you will definitely need a paper and a pen for this session. Definitely have your beverages together. Come in with your open heart and your open mind, opening yourself up to be a vessel for contribution and sharing, as well as learning, evolving, and expanding. All right. So our topic today, just full disclosure, is for myself, is that I wouldn't consider myself a specialist in the area of financial abundance. But I can claim and take some hold of being able to activate. So I'm seeing this within the specialty area that I am as a call to initiation, right? And one of the areas of my own life where I'm yielding low production would probably be in the area of financial management, right? And so I want to be able to enter into this space, moving from this day forward with a clearer commitment and anchoring around my financial management systems, moving into one of my goals of being financially whole with the goal of becoming financially abundant, right? So financial wholeness is really having a grasp and just being able to feel fully balanced in my navigation of my finances. And then the abundance parts recognizes that I don't really want to have this thing to be stressed and worried about anymore. I don't really want to have a space where I'm, thinking about when I think about finances, it brings up this level of feeling of angst, right? And so today we want to go there. Some of us have in the community have a large knowledge, a body of knowledge around finances and financial management. So, you know, as we always do, we're co-creating the space together, and we're going to explore some topics that we need to, and some themes that we need to activate within ourselves to put us on the trajectory, begin us to allow us to be able to enter into a space where we are comfortable and masterful at being able to manage. So I have my amazing team today that we're going to have introduce themselves and share a little bit of a narrative around who they are and what their relationship is with financial abundance. So I'm going to pass that over to Sister Catherine.
All right, good morning, Grand Rising, everyone. Wake up, family. My name is Catherine Mbali Green Johnson. No stranger to Wake Up Facilitation. And so excited to be here with y'all and collaborating with this amazing team. I also, like Kmau, have, you know, some trepidation around financial abundance, just really wanting to release that, and especially in the space with the Wake Up family. I have in my career have produced a lot of financial abundance for my organizations and corporations and things like that. But for myself, definitely I want to apply the very same tools and knowledge and skill sets for my family and my legacy. So excited to be here with y'all this morning, and I will pass it to Z.
It's supposed to be me next, so I'll just jump right on. So my name, for those who are seeing me for the first time, is Coach Sheryl, or called Coach Sheryl. My name is Sheryl Glenn, and I'm a holistic health and wellness practitioner, an aromatherapist, a Reiki practitioner, and a wellness and transformation coach, as well as a business owner, a maker, creator, all of that. And my relationship with financial abundance is a very good relationship. Money comes in and flows in very well and very consistently. My relationship with maximizing the usage and organizing how I'm using it for the best outcome is what I'm having the difficulty with, and what I'll be candid to say, I need more structure and more organization in that, and need more structure in my business to actually have my business be very well structured as a business should be, you know, organized and just really be to see the growth of my business financially in a method. So, you know, to be candid, completely candid, this is not a subject I'm comfortable with talking about, but this is the same reason we're coming here today with ourselves, stretching ourselves to talk about an area that we are wanting to develop more muscle in. We're seeking that you all will stretch as well to be with us and to look at your finances and see how you can stretch it. Even if you already got all your ducks in a row and you're doing wonderfully, there's still always an area for growth, right? And an area to stretch in. So that's what we're looking for, and that's what we're wanting to support you in today. And I'll pass it over to Ms. C.
Greetings, family. Thank you, Sheryl, Catherine, and Kmau. This subject is, I am by no means an expert. In fact, I'm probably the exact opposite, which is part of how we came up with this. We're all growing and stretching. And I've been on a journey. Those of you who are in the community or friends of mine are pretty well aware of my journey dealing with mental health issues that I did not know I had. And that has affected my financial health drastically. I'm only now recently beginning to build this muscle. And it's imperative that I build this muscle to accomplish the things that I am here to accomplish and to live my life's purpose. And so I'm excited about this subject because it's where I'm headed, and this is going to help catapult. So, Shawnee, if you could, or whoever's controlling the slides, if you could put that slide up, stretch slide, just quickly. While they're doing that, I'll explain that during the course of creating this collaboration, which we all acknowledge that we would never have thought to put the four of us together, but this is so powerful that I'm just really, I'm excited about the way the Most High works. So I created this slide from the acronym or acrostic that was created at the end of last year during Shawnee's, or it was revealed to us by Shawnee. I couldn't remember whether it was her directly or one of the members, community members, which is why I put Wu family. I will correct that and put Shawnee. But she did a session on stretching, which was an introduction to something she does at the end of every year. And this is what came from it. So I put it up because during creating this, it came up many times. So this is something that you all can keep for the community, just to remind you that we're all stretching, and stretching is imperative for growing. We can take it back down now, thank you. So, the first question we want to ask the community is, are you using your financial resources to the best of your financial ability? And I'm going to read that again, or say it again so that it's clear, and I'll model so that it'll help you to understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
So
We're going to drop it in the chat, Z, so you can carry on and give
Okay.
your example while we drop it in.
Okay, so are you using your resources to the best of your financial possibility? If yes, how? Or if no, why not? So for myself, if you had asked me this question a week and a half ago, maybe as far as 2 weeks ago, my answer would have been absolutely no. And it was self-sabotage was at the top of the list of why not. Now, I will say I'm working on it. I've found a direction to focus on and working very, very well with it. And as I'm opening myself up, more and more things that I can work on and how to be able to do them without overwhelming myself is all coming to me. So that's how I am. That's my answer to that question. So if you can think about it for a moment and put your answers in the chat. If we can get a hand or two to speak about it, that would be wonderful. If any of my co-facilitators would like to give a little insight as to their answers to the question, that might be helpful as well.
You have one drop in from Abimbola. She said, yes, paying off bills and saving money.
And I see her hand raised. Would you like to speak about this, Abimbola?
Yes, peace and blessings. I pride myself in managing my money effectively. And like I said, well, I have a certain amount of money coming in, and I'm on a fixed income, so I have to be mindful of how I spend my money. And I always want to also save money. So I budget and I live within my means. And if I get a bill, if I accumulate a bill, I say, for instance, if I use my credit card, I know, okay, I'm going to pay this off in 1 or 2 payments. So therefore, I try to eliminate giving people interest. So I'm very proud of myself, and I have savings and I have investments.
Ashe.
And when I go to the store, I ask myself, Abimbola, do you want it or do you need it? And so I'm complete.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You are well on your. I want to be like you when I grow up. Anyone else?
All righty, let's see what's happening in the chat. We also have a no. We just got a yes and a comprehensive share about what that looks like from Deborah, sorry, McKinney. No, I'm not prioritizing putting enough money away for retirement. So you want to hear from her?
Would you like to speak? I see Catherine's hand, Sweetness's hand is up. But if you would like to speak, since we're on you, Deborah, it would be lovely.
Sure, good morning. It's not that I don't know some of the things to do. I just think that I'm letting other life crises happen to take over, and I'm not putting enough away for retirement, not using enough of the investment options through my employer. I'm using some of them, but not enough of them. And I'm definitely not budgeting. And I don't have a good excuse, but I think a lot of it's just fear, and I avoid it. So
okay, well,
that's my share.
that we're all here to grow. So, right place. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. A question: what is meant by resources? Resources are things that you have that you're not even thinking about that can help you to generate and to manifest. So that's what this whole conversation is about. So it'll be expounded on further as we get into it. But that generally is what we're talking about when we say resources.
Yeah, I wanted to also point out that the question asked how, and it also asked if yes, how, and if you're not, why not? So folks, I'm already picking up Z and other collective members that there's some level of resistance around the conversation because some of us are giving very vague answers. No, yes, but I can do better. No, but I'm working on it. Like, give more information for your own growth and development. So Z, anything else before you pass the baton?
Very quickly, I see Catherine's hand up. So if we can hear from her, and then we can move on.
All right, thank you. Catherine, you ready?
Grand Rising community, sending love and light to everyone. Thank you so much for this topic, for the energy that's in this space, and for an opportunity to stretch and to move out of fear. So as Shorty would so graciously and wisely point out, and which I love, is that go deeper. So avoiding excuses is where I want to be, right? So acknowledging I wasn't taught to save, I wasn't taught to even generate or work. I don't have not coming from a place of what I don't have. However, I was not taught to do certain things that's necessary for me to do today to live a life of abundance. So I am saying things that I want to create. So now that I know what money can do, I'm stretching out Shawnee, I'm stretching out of a place of responding to what I thought was good and right. And so some things I was taught in life as far as money didn't make sense. For an example, that I don't make money. Money don't make me, I make money. Different terms and phrases that would govern my actions and my movement toward things. I am not connected to money in a way that I just gotta generate it. I gotta generate it. And then I noticed that because I saw one of my oldest son, he's like, he's like gotta make money, and he's gotta make a particular amount, but he's gonna do that by any means necessary. And I noticed that from my two husbands. They they work, they make money, they know what they need to do. And I saw that I was extremely disconnected to money. I like nice things. I didn't have a connection to money. So what I've been doing is listening to the wealth building, changing my mindset with that wealth building. I think it was Candace she gave me. And so I've been listening to that and moving into a place that I'm gonna create myself, my future, my mindset. So some unlearning, forgetting the things I need to forget, and remembering things I need to remember. And that's what I want to throw out to the community today, is that I don't fear not being who others think I should be. And I'm glad that we have this community that I feel safe to say what I need to say so that I can get to where I would love to be. And so I am exercising that financial muscle. I'm doing things that I thought I never could do, as far as paying bills. It might sound strange to a lot of you. I'm 60 years old, and really just now I have the responsibility of paying my own bills and making my own way. So I'm so grateful that I have this community to talk out things and then receive the information that I need to receive and use the information, the tools. So I would say, and my mentor helped me as well, having a mentor I could talk to, and a mentor that knows the direction to direct me in, not to push me, but to direct me in, has been extremely helpful. So when I shared that, the acronym of stretch, when Shawnee gave it to us, I said I was going to work on that. And so I had put it on a big piece of paper, and Z and Bimbola are two of the people that's in my area that I share things with. So I had sent her a picture of it, and I'm working on it. And I'm not shy about it. I love knowing what I don't know, and I love exercising the muscle to know what I'm going to know. And so I don't profess that I'm on a fixed income, because I am a magnet for money, and it flows to me effortlessly. And with that, I'm complete.
Shay, thank you for sharing. Thank you. So that's the direction we're heading in. And I would like to pass it to Catherine with a C. We don't call her sweet Catherine with a K. Catherine anyway. We call her Sweetness. But I would like to pass to our Catherine to to move us forward.
So Coach Catherine, before you take the stage, I just want to read a few of the shares in the chat. Thank you, Z. So hold on, folks have started to share a bit more. So y'all bear with me, lots going on this morning. So the chat. Kaisha, I'm not using the resources to the best of my ability. I'm not investing, but I have learned how to do so. I started investment accounts, but I'm not actively investing. I pay bills and save, but my savings is not growing at a steady rate. I attended several workshops from Woo and watched YouTube videos, but I'm not acting on the information I learned about. At this rate, I cannot retire until I'm in my 70s. All right, I'll read a couple more, and then we'll pull Coach Catherine into the space. Let's see, there was another one. I don't want to mispronounce your name, sis. Chuike, I'm not sure if that's correct. Employment coming to a close sooner than expected, and realize now I have not saved enough money to retire comfortably. Lack of financial knowledge, 401k could have added more, did not have a strategic plan, assumed I had more time, fairly good with paying bills and learning about investing now, stayed away from investing. I'll read one more, and then we'll move on. I have savings accounts. This is Veronica, crypto, and a few stock investments. I own my home and have begun looking into a second home. Since retirement, I have begun to expand on my homegrown business and have continued to work as a substitute teacher. My goal this year is to pay off my 3 credit cards with my funds from my earnings. Awesome, awesome. And thank you, community, for adjusting and adding more comprehensive shares. And here we go, Coach Catherine.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Z, for really setting this session up and having everyone sort of think around this topic. And thank you, community, for being extremely vulnerable in the space and sharing candidly. That's how we grow and inspire one another. And this is what today's session is all about. So I'm going to just ask 3 questions. So if you have your pens and papers ready, it'd be great to journal them down so that you can activate that muscle in this space. So the 3 questions that really started us to thinking about this conversation and this facilitation today were given to us in the Wake Up Facilitator space. We meet every week. Some of us are consistent, some not, but we landed in the space. And the topic that Shawnee posed to us had us thinking around being a producer. Like, what does it mean to be a producer? And so I'm going to pose that question to you all, and if we can drop them in the chat, there's 3. So what does it mean to be a producer? What are you doing that is affirming in the relationship to your financial life? And when I say affirming, meaning what things are you doing that are affirming, right? Sometimes we don't take a minute to acknowledge ourselves and what we're doing right. I know for me, I also need to make sure that I acknowledge, like, hey, I purchased my home. Okay, there are things that I have done that are affirming in my financial life. And then the last question would be, where is there little to no productivity in your life? All right, so 3 questions again. What does it mean to be a producer? What are you doing that is affirming in the relationship to your financial life? And then where is there little or no productivity? All right, and I'm going to give us a minute to just kind of mull over those 3 questions, and then I will we'll come back to for shares. So if anyone can take time, let's see. Actually, I got it. All right, so 1 minute. All right, 30 seconds. Okay, and that is time. All right, thank you so much, y'all. So y'all can start populating the chat with your answers. You can answer all three, you can answer some, and then I'm gonna ask admin to read off some of the shares that are in the chat. And if anyone would like to share in the live space, just raise your hand, and then I can work with you there. So if anyone willing to chat about these 3 questions, what does it mean to be a producer? What are you doing that's affirming your relationship in your financial life? And where is there little to no productivity? And that's, oh no, I know.
All right, let us call on some folks. I'm sure people may be still processing the questions. Mama Ma, you are unmuted. That may be a mistake because some folks just came into the space. Do you want to share? And I see Cassie's hand is up as well. So Mama, no pressure.
Okay, no, I'm good. I'm just getting in.
Okay, wonderful. No problems whatsoever. Cassie, please unmute yourself if you're willing. Come on camera, no pressure.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm waking up, but my
Okay.
son wanted to answer the first question, if that's okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes.
He's very talkative this morning. Here, you tell him. What is a producer?
A producer is where you're not making it, but where you have the money for somebody else to make it. It's where you're producing it by making the money for it, not making it by hand.
That's right. Thank you for that.
Huh?
Thanks for that.
And I am complete.
Yes, thank you. Miss you. All right, and is there anyone else that'd like to come off mute and share? Okay, so then I'm gonna jump in. Let's see. And Kyra, is it Kyra? Yes, I see a response in the chat. Can you come off mute and expand on that?
Sure. Good morning. How are you?
Beloved.
You know, I was looking at the chat trying to read the question and of course answer it exactly. But the first answer, as a producer, just to create something, whether it's an event, whatever it is, just making something happen. And the second one was about finances. And so I think it was, what am I doing? Whatever it is, but I got an answer. I do. Literally just recently, I want to say Thursday, I was talking to actually well, not really a friend of mine, but an employee of mine's husband, who I know does like what I would consider stock, and learn that he wants to like manage hedge funds, and I know that he does stocks and he like checks every day and he's like really into it. So I literally was like, and that's what I'm looking for. And so I just invested with him because I'm looking at first, it was like, oh, I'm going to do index funds. And I'm like, I don't know where. And then I'm going to do an annuity. And so now I just invested with him because I know that his percentage that he's going to do monthly is going to do a lot higher than, you know, what if I went and paid someone or paid a company would, just because he's more personally invested. And then just doing stocks as well, and IRAs. I have a work IRA, a personal IRA. I'm trying to make it happen because I'm trying to, one, retire early, and I'm trying to retire well. So I'm like, it's the quality. It's not, you know, I want to make sure that I'm comfortable. I don't have to ask anybody for anything, and I can help others. And I also want to set myself up where I'm, like, I've always wanted to invest in other companies. I'm not there yet. I invested in one friend's company that I think is going to do well, but I'm still looking to do more. I want to help Black businesses. So I'm like, if there's a way that I can do it, I want to do that. And then there was a third question.
Yeah, where's it little to no productivity?
Oh, I would say in my love life, like nothing.
Sure.
So I'm like, speak about that. Help me with that. Help me bring that into existence.
That's a different wake up session. But I love that you
Yeah,
brought
that
that
needs
up.
some help. I need a lot of production right there.
I love
But yeah,
that.
that's definitely my area. But thank you so much. And I'm complete.
Thank you so much. Yes, that definitely is an area and topic that we should discuss on part 2. But
I got you.
thank you so much for your share. And for I'll just say, and for myself, I also would love to retire early and comfortably. So, definitely in the same space and right there with you. Production, making it happen, absolutely. Whether it's event production, producing a film, or, being the backer of something and supporting someone else's dream, help to produce those dreams is amazing. I thank you, sweetness. No, nothing going on. What's that song back in the day? Got to have a job if you want to be with me. So yeah, no finance, no romance. Absolutely.
And no, there ain't nothing going on but the rent.
There you go. Absolutely. So with that, I so appreciate y'all. If there are any shares in the chat, if the admin can support in reading, and then
No problem. So let's see what's up in here. Anna Palmer says, a producer can put their ideas into reality by using, and if you're unmuted, mute yourself, please. A producer can put their ideas into reality by using their resources to generate a positive outcome. I, meaning Anna, am working on my credit by paying bills on time and paying more than minimum. I'm carrying food to stop eating out. I'm carrying food, preparing food to stop eating out. I admit I lack in saving and investing. There is little productivity. All right, there was lots of laughing about the whole romance piece. And Cassie said, producer, being innovative with your skills, talents, gifts to produce the life of abundance. Adam is doing the lyrics from No Romance Without Finance. And Chuike, sorry, B, says being a producer means creating and bringing forth what you need and or require in your life.
Thank you so much, family. Yeah, so keep those questions. If you've journaled them and written them down, keep them top of mind, because it's going to lead us to the unfolding of today's session. So I'm going to pass it on to the next facilitator, my brother Kmau.
Yes, yes. I'm so encouraged by everyone crossing and entering into the gateway of vulnerability, which just opens up for great expansion. So acknowledgement, recognize the spirit of this session was really designed with that in mind, for all of the facilitators to be able to recognize that this is really an initiation for some of us in embracing these challenges, delving into the mindset, really thinking and working through different mental blocks and affirmative mindset and action steps that we can begin to take. So at this time, we're going to do a reflection a little bit and go into a space where we're going to do a free write, right? So we're going to take 3 minutes to respond to this particular question. Have you manifested compensation on towards or within your heart's yearning or life's purpose? Right? For some of us, we might not have really been able to grasp, identify a particular life's purpose. So I want you to look into with your heart, look into the space where you feel a certain resonance around producing, like we said, sharing, giving your greatest offering, your gift, your service, and a sense of your purpose. Again, have you manifested compensation on, towards, or within your heart's yearning or life's purpose, right? There's a saying, the purpose of life is a life with a purpose. And we talked a lot about within the space, people talking about, who it is that they are, the level of authenticity that they come with, and the sharing of the gifts that they have. for a higher calling, a higher purpose, a higher mission in life, right? So if yes, please expound. If not, what is stopping or blocking you from doing so? Right, so I'll read it one more time, and then we'll go into about 3 minutes of writing, and then we'll come back and again share in the chat or share in the live space. Once again, have you manifested compensation on, towards, or within your heart's yearning or life's purpose? If yes, please expound. If not, what is stopping or blocking you from doing so? So, okay, we'll look at time 3 minutes. We got to have some nice inspirational music to create to the flow. All right, and we're back. I'm sure that everybody is pumped up with the selection of Abundance soundtrack, my sister Shawnee. Right, so we should have generated some good thoughts and ideas around, compensation. And let me say this in terms of, we've worked, and I've been able to be in situations that didn't necessarily reflect my purpose, but I always brought a sense of purpose to whatever environment that I was in. And when I started to more authentically, independently begin to generate finances and compensation based off of my authentic mission, it just felt so much better. Sometimes it wasn't even as much compensation initially than what I was getting from a job or whatever the case may be, but the feeling of being able to do something that's connected to your assignment, your divine assignment, your mission, your purpose, your heart's yearning, is something that was an incredible feeling to be able to generate from that space. Here am I making my authentic contribution based off of what I'm seeing as my divine design, and then the compensation that was coming from that, right? So we have the chat, and also if anybody would like to share in the space, you know, responding to our reflection question: have you manifested compensation towards or within your heart's yearning life purpose? If yes, please expound. If not, what is stopping or blocking you from doing so? All right, so come on, just join this really powerful exchange today. What do you have to share in this space centered around your life yearning, your heart's yearning?
Yeah. So we have 2 comments in the chat, brother, and I would love to hear from Chuike. Catherine shared, I'm working on being in touch with my body. I know what creates or ignites joy in my life, and I move forward with that daily by practicing discipline. And I just want to ask for additional information from Catherine as it relates to generating from doing what your heart's desire is, being compensated. How has that compensated you? Just aligning with the question that Kmau put forth to the community. Chuike, if you are willing to come off mute and share, you said yes, but I would like to increase the compensation. Kmau, would you want to hear more about what that is? And
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Good morning, it's Chuike B.
Oh, yes,
How are
beautiful
you?
name.
How's everyone? I hope
Great.
everyone's doing well. Thank you, Ptah, who I'm familiar with, and Z. Thank you for inviting me here this morning. I could really use this today because I'm going through a lot with increasing financial comfortability for myself, coming up on, the ending of a career that I've had for over 30, close to 35 years. It's a new place for me, but I've have been practicing or teaching yoga on the side. I'm just starting to do that on Zoom. I've done, I did some last year for about 4 months, and started back this year. And I just did an 8-week session. And I didn't ask, like when you teach yoga, it's always like giving from your heart. So the compensation is not, it's not very lucrative. And I'm looking at ways to increase that, to be able to say, set up for myself, this is what I'm charging, and be okay with that, not feeling like, I'm pulling on everyone's wallet or pockets, and knowing and understanding, being concerned with where everyone is financially as well, and being concerned about them, as opposed to saying, well, this is what you're offering and you deserve to get compensated in return. Because, as I think about, yoga, it's just, I do it because I love it, and I love healing people, and I love seeing people transform through this process. So it's sometimes hard. So I do include a gratitude offering. I ask for a gratitude offering, and I give my means to, if someone was interested in giving, that they would, and hoping that, what I give, is worthy of, their funds. So that's sort of where I am. But I definitely am looking at other ways to also compensate myself around that. Thank you.
Sister, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to invite you to explore some questions that potentially, be revealing in terms of affirming the value of what you might be sharing or willing in terms of your heart's yearning. Would you be willing to, participate in a little bit of conversation around that? Mr. Chirike?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So, I'm hearing that there is some internal dialogue centered around your value and potentially, being able to share your offering and make some type of a fee associated with that. So in my hearing and listening to you, is there some concern around being able to offer what you feel your value? Do you feel like what you're offering is valuable? And if so, if you had to identify, are you having a struggle being able to own that and being able to declare that this is what the fee is going to be?
I don't have, I do have an issue with, I don't have an issue with declaring it. I just don't feel, I'm just being, I think, considerate of, I guess, just thinking about others. And I think that's something that I've struggled with is looking at what others might be able to do. And I think it's more around COVID and where people are in this at this time. I do know people will spend money on what they want when they want it, and I recognize that. But I did come up when I initially decided. I did a pilot, and then I came back on and I said, okay, I did a survey, and I asked people their income, like what would they be willing to pay, and I got different responses, but I didn't get I didn't get enough responses where they felt they were going to be comfortable with the fee that I was looking at. So I said, okay, what I'll do is I'll just do a gratitude offering to see what response I got back, and based on that, the level that people were giving in gratitude, then I could take that and make that, maybe start off with that.
So if taking away the idea of what people have the power to spend and what their contribution would be or could be, based off of your own internal recognition of the value of what you're offering, what would you say that fee might be based off of your own recognition of the gift that you are either cultivating or continuing to grow within what you're offering, based off of your own affirmation of your value? What would that fee be? And that's something that you don't necessarily have to answer in the space, but that's a question I'm posing to you to continue to explore and delve deeper into. The external value and affirmation first comes from recognizing your own internal value and the recognition. I think the piloting and getting a survey and getting an idea is great, but I also, at this point, in terms of what we're doing today is growing muscle, is to really think about how we can begin to recognize where we are in our own practices, recognize the gifts that we have to offer, and be able to establish a value for it. Sometimes, especially within the world of healing space, it's sometimes there's no price for it, really, in terms of what you're offering and what the the benefits are for people, right? And the benefits that that you recognize in your own particular journey, and how it can be a ripple effect, and how it can impact and elevate community and humanity. Sometimes also when we come with the exchanges around it, there might be some that you're offering for a community that you realize might not have, but then you also recognizing that there is no limits to what it is that you are contributing and that you have to offer.
Yes.
I know you're, so I just wanted you to walk with that.
You want me to walk with that? Thank you. I appreciate that. And I definitely will. And I do want to say that I am exploring other ways of getting of bringing income in. So I haven't. It's not that I don't see I know the value. It's very valuable. Sometimes, I recognize, in our community, sometimes it's very difficult to get people to recognize and see the value of, what you're bringing. And, but I know that it's also about me being very clear and grounded in what I'm bringing, and setting that fee. And if nobody shows up, then nobody shows up, and I got to start again and create another strategy. And online has been a more difficult process for me. Online is the time that I'm offering it is not the most, available to a lot of people, or they're not disciplining themselves to get up. I do it early before sunrise. And now, with this new time, it may be possible for me to offer more time. And so I'm exploring that as well.
Well, thank you for your share, sister. I appreciate that. And feel free, to be able to reach out to any of the coaches and to continue to explore, because many of us have either been through that or going through that in this season, and it's always good to be able to do that together, right? Just want to acknowledge the time, family, that it is 8:03. Some of us have to transition on with our day, whether that's going to, church, to the mosque, or some of us are having to work. So just thank you for being in the space with us today. Thank you for sharing and contributing to this ongoing powerful workout that we're activating our muscles today. And we're going to just do enough so that we're not too sore to be able to jump back in tomorrow and be able to continue. So it's a gradual process. Thank you again for being here. The 8 o'clock hour, sending you off with love and light and affirmations for the rest of your day. And, please look for the recording, on our Facebook page, right? So I know that briefly, Catherine, if you wanted to contribute to offering our sister some guidance.
Yes. So, thank you so much for sharing so vulnerably. Son, I wanted to just, offer you a couple things, but first and foremost, what came to my spirit as you were speaking is that I used to do, I was a manager in retail for many years, some of the larger retail establishments, and it has applied to my life and so many throughout my journey. And what I would train my staff, one of the things we would say was, don't sell from your own pocket. And that term basically just meant, whatever situation that we are in financially, not to assume that the customer or whoever else was also in that situation. And so you shift the energy in that way in which you begin to speak to them out of your own out of your own stops and blocks. And you would be amazed at what people just having conversation and just doing the job, right? And showing up to the task, or, applying what you know to be valuable for what you offer in the world and who you are in the world and your purpose and just knowing that value. You would be amazed at what people will respond to when you shift that energy. And so, again, my offer to you is just, I hear a lot of stops and blocks, and it's sometimes it's our own creation. We're creating time as an issue. We're creating money as an issue. We're creating discipline as an issue. I hear all of that, but that could be very well our own issue, right? And not making that up about our community. There could be that there, but the energy that will come and flow to you will be, it can unlock some incredible abundance once we get ourselves out of the way and work through, do the work to really remove those blockages. But again, I just offer to you, that term always kind of creeped me out, like don't sell from your own pocket. But it's been quite amazing what has come when I apply that term. And so I just wanted to offer that to you. And there are also some other exercises you can do. Someone mentioned water earlier, and that came to spirit when you're speaking. I don't know if there's what the connection is to water, but just really practicing an intake of water, sitting at water, just watching how it flows, and it just never stops. There's just always, always just never a lack. So, just really applying some ritual and the mindset to not put, our own feelings into, projecting them onto others in our community, and allowing that to unlock abundance for ourselves. And I'm complete.
Hey, Ashe. Great nourishing food, sisters. Great nourishing food. All right, I know that we have some information in the chat, and did anybody else want to weigh in? Or no, let's go to the chat and see what's percolating in the chat.
Here we go. Thank you, brother. So moving up, because folks had loads to say earlier. Anna Palmer. I'm focusing on developing my mind, body, and soul at this time. My health issues have been my hindrance, so I must first stabilize it, because sometimes I get too obsessed with helping others and put myself on the back burner. That is no one's fault but my own. Setting priority and boundaries has been a downfall of mine. I don't think I value money as much as I should. It's more for my pleasure than advancement. Veronica, non-traditional spaces need yoga instructors, schools, nursing homes, etc. I teach my quilting at a nursing home. I love how the group is ahead, of the continuation of this conversation. So beautiful. That's such a woo thing, to be ahead of the conversation and seeing the future of what's going to unfold with the session. Baba Kojo said, I have manifested compensation towards my life's purpose, heart's yearning via my business, The Hand, but I am feeling unaccomplished at this point in my business life because I chose to give over my producer, creator, investor role to the employee worker role for a steady income. So I am seeking to make a way to create space to reignite my business with increased earning power and manifest passive income while remaining on the job until I can see the point of exit with consistent flow of income. Thank you. Shuike gave acknowledgement. Thanks so much for this space and love offering. And then there were some amens. Ashe. I'll read what I said earlier and then I'll move on. There's a passive way of generating abundance resources, as well as an assertive and confident way to do it. Whatever is in the background about our relationship with compensation, worth, or money, etc., will drive what we manifest and what we don't. There's no lack, is what Catherine shared, just of affirmations about what I shared. And woo synchronicity about us moving forward and being on point with the rest of the subject matter. And Catherine Sweetness said, a passive way of generating income and increase. Thanks, Shawnee. And I will quickly say that whatever the mindset is, it will dominate, is what we feed the most. That will dominate, and it will eat up resources. It will have them leaking out from under us. So it's so important to be able to confidently declare and share what it is that we're worth. And sometimes the practice and the muscle building is uncomfortable, but it's definitely necessary to be assertive, not aggressive, to not try to up level sales unless you're balanced and grounded in it, but just being able to, without attachment, ask for what you want, declare it, put it in writing, and negotiate if you choose to, but don't feel like you have to slip into that because you're scared you're going to lose something, because abundance is everywhere, just like what was said earlier. And so I pass back to Kmau, and let's carry on.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sister Shawnee. And, you know, what was said in terms of being able to develop this affirmative narrative, it comes with being able to offer the story. And not to say that we have to deny, let's face it, you know, in terms of some of what we've internalized in our relationship with finances and where that comes from, and that the unconscious angst that sometimes comes from being able to witness and observe our loved ones, what we might have learned, their relationships with money and how it lives in our experience. So really being able to, as we are declaring a new narrative and building new muscles, is to also offer the purging that takes place, consistent purging, being able to identify where this lives in our psyche, where this lives in our body, and being able to release that through various modalities that people are accustomed to, but you know, things that are living in our heart space, and where sometimes the angst starts to just be aware of where your body it deserves and needs attention, and allow you to focus love and abundance in those areas as you're releasing, to be able to continue to declare and restore. Right. So we're going to continue to transition. This is, the pacing is right on time, and your contribution is elevating the exchange that we have here today as we're co-creating this space. So I'm going to pass on to Coach Sheryl, who's going to take us to another dimension within our conversation today. Coach Sheryl.
Thank you, Brother Kmau. Thank you, Sister Catherine. Thank you, Sister Z, for laying the the foundation and just letting everyone know what it is that we want them to think about. And now what I want them to begin to think about is how it's all connected. You are what you've thought about finances and needing to release that and make a new narrative around how you feel about finances for yourself, and how you feel about abundance, as well as generating or producing income, you know, has to be shifted in some cases. And one of the beautiful things about being a part of this wake up community is we have so many teachers, leaders, thought shifters to help you do that. So we've experienced 556 days of different types of leaders and teachers in this community. So this WOO community is a huge resource in your path to making the shifts and changes that you need to make, especially the mental and emotional ones. But I want you to be present to the fact that you are a wealth of resources. And when I say wealth, I use the word wealth spelled WELLTH, because your wellness and your ability to have your resources are connected. And when you are grounded and using your resources to the maximum of their possibilities, that impacts your wellness, which impacts your vibration, which impacts your attraction. And you can attract that mate that you're looking for if that's the thing that you're not having production in. And you can attract that career or that ability to discover what your heart's yearning is and how to manifest that into the world. So it's all connected. And I want you to begin with really honoring the resources that you have in your hands. And do you really know what resources you have in your hands besides just the money in your bank account, in your pocket, in your retirement fund and that? But I'm sure, because we live in the land of abundance, that many of us have tons and tons of resources in our homes that we're not using, right? How many people have closets full of clothes with tags still on them that are not being used, that have not been worn in more than a year? How many people have things in their kitchen, appliances that have been gifted to them or that they bought by watching these TV programs that promote you to buy, QVC and so forth and so on. And you have a bunch of appliances and things in your home that you've never even opened the box. There's lots of folks that have this situation. Trust me, because I talk to people all the time. And if it's out there, it's everywhere, right? So what I want you to be present to is you have resources in your space, things that you're not using, things that you are piling up, stockpiling, and you can sell them and make some income. And with that income, you can then take it to invest it or to begin to do what you need to do to lay the groundwork for, being able to do the thing that you love. The yoga, and being able to set it up in a way so that you have some classes that will be for people who would only be able to pay by donation, but then you also have classes where people are actually paying your full rate, and you would have time for that, and you would have the space for that, because you've turned around some of the resources that you're not using in your space into income. And so you might ask, well, how do you do that? And so there are, what do they call them? Flea markets. I don't like that term because it implies that there's fleas on the stuff. I don't really like that term. There are resale markets or vintage markets that might be in your neighborhood that you could find, or some people do yard sales. That's one way. But they're also wonderful source of resale apps. And I'll tell you some of the names of them. Well, of course, we know eBay is one of the biggest ones, and Etsy, ETSY.com. There's also one called Declutter. And I'm going to have these dropped in the chat so you don't have to worry about trying to write them down now. DECLUTTR, Declutter. Another one called Mercari, MERCARI. Let Go, and I think you've seen the commercials on TV for Let Go, and Poshmark also, which is one I use, which allows you to sell new things as well as gently used. And Depop, which is like the young folks love that one because it's very fashion focused. So those are some of the resale apps. Have you noticed that, like, over the years you've had jewelry that breaks, so you have that one earring and you don't know what to do with it, but you really loved it. And if it was gold or silver, guess what? You can combine that with other pieces of gold and silver that you don't use anymore and sell that to a gold and silver purchaser. And they'll weigh it and they'll buy it back and they'll give you cash. And I know this because I'm sharing with you things that I have done to generate income. So I know they work. So keep these in mind. And like I said, Woo is always offering community. We're always offering courses and classes and different things, and how you can use your, how you can generate more income, such as, using cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. And Sister Teresa is teaching us and telling us all about NFTs, non-fungible tokens that can be created, investing in stocks and bonds, real estate, and businesses that you believe in. Like Sister Kyra said, that she loves investing in businesses that she's passionate about. But also remember to make sure to give space that you can give away something, that you can give to someone that's less fortunate. Giving to domestic shelters for women that are transforming their lives after domestic violence. Men that have been incarcerated. Make sure always in your getting that you're also giving. right? That's really, really important. And that's really also what increases your abundance. That's really also what helps you. It's just a law. It's a law of how it works out there, and reciprocity. So I really want you to also look at classes that you can take to sharpen up skills that you have. If you're a knitter, a person who knits, crochets, sews, you know, an artist, you can take classes that are virtual or that are live where you're actually going to the class. Soap making, jewelry making. Course Horse is a wonderful resource for classes. You can get them, you'll see live classes as well as virtual classes that are in your area if you go to coursehorse.com. And if you're in Brooklyn, there's one called Brooklyn Brainery. Think brain, brainery, brooklynbrainery.com. And so those are some wonderful places that you can take classes to sharpen the gifts and talents that you already have, the things that you already do that you have been doing for years, but you can monetize them by teaching them to others. Yeah, you can even actually sign up at Course Horse or Brooklyn Brainery to teach to others, you know, and that would be another source. One of the things I was wanting to make you present to, a way to discover if you have no idea, like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what my resources are. I don't know what I can do. And you just in that space of, I don't know, take out a pen and sort of do some deep breathing and get into a meditative space and close your eyes and put that pen to paper and let writing happen. Ask the question first and let the writing happen. It's called automatic writing. And that will prime the pump for you of what it is that's there for you, that's coming up from your subconscious mind, not the conscious mind that's logical, that's thinking through all of these things. And questioning and asking questions and doubting, but the subconscious mind that really knows, because we live 88% of our life is lived off of our subconscious, but we're not always in touch with it. But meditation really is a way to help get to it. So what skills can you monetize? What do you produce, make, or create? And do you do that you know that you've done it for years, that you know you can teach? I want to hear from you guys.
Hi, peace and blessings, Sister Sheryl. This is Sister Teresa. You look magnificent. Oh my gosh. I just wanted to say is that I was listening to what you were saying, and I actually like I'm a grant, I do grant finding, and I actually had two people. Well, I had one call me 2:30 this morning. And I started not to answer the phone, but it's like the spirit was like, answer the phone. So I was talking stuff like that. We was talking about different stuff, but before I went to bed, another sister called. She said, I need you to help me with doing grant. And I have not really been I was doing this some, but I hadn't started utilizing it until this year. And so I've been doing grant. I'm just trying to, get stuff in organized so I can have it set up where people can know that I do that. But getting back to what you were saying is that since I started being around Wu and other people that I've been connected, I have tapped into a lot of sources that I've had, and especially like with that selling thing, I just been kind of busy with doing different stuff, but that selling stuff is really, really good because and also the school, it's a lot of, I just learned that LinkedIn has free classes. You can actually go on LinkedIn and they got free certification classes. I just saw that yesterday. So I'm also, I call myself the knowledge broker. I'm able to find a lot of information. So I'm utilizing, all those skills and stuff like that. I also can teach different things. So it's a lot of stuff that I've been tapping into. Another place where you can get really cheap classes is called Udemy. They have sometimes the class is $14, $15, $20, and you can get a whole video class and you get certified too. So there's so many places where you can get a lot of information. And like she said, just tap into stuff, that and, you'll get it. And I just wanted, to say that I recently got my LLC. And when I got it, I was in such a shock. I didn't even know how to rejoice, but I think I was in shock because for years I've always wanted my LLC. And I wanted to have my own business, but I never tapped in. I was so busy, I had to get my mind right and love on myself and, change how I view myself, because if you don't do that, that does stop a lot of stuff from happening. And I just started loving myself, and I just started believing in myself. And by me doing that, my whole life has been changed, in the last 3 years to such a high place. And I'm just really thinking. I just want to share the name of my business is called The Rise of the Unknown Heroes. So,
Thank you, Sister Teresa, for that share, for that beautiful share. And your growth is apparent, it's visible and audible, and we're really very proud of you. And keep going and come back and get ready to, share with us more about NFTs going in the future.
I am.
So anyone else? Anyone else want to share what they're using or what came up for them with what I've shared about what's possible in the resources that you have in your own space, in your own self, for being able to tap into your abundance, being able to change things into income, into money, so that you can turn around and invest and do whatever it is that you're seeking to expand your income and use your resources to the maximum of their possibilities. Anyone else want to share?
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry.
You gotta blow your nose.
Wait a minute. You're unmuted, Sahu Speed. We know they need to blow their noses. Gina, you ready, beloved?
Yes, I'm ready. Good
All right,
morning,
well,
everybody. I'll
morning.
share. I'm not going to come on camera because I'm in the kitchen and I'm baking. And
and that's like being butt naked baking. So I get it. That can keep all of us off camera. Baking? That's out of order. All right, go ahead, Gina. You crazy girl.
That's funny. No, but it's true. But that is one skill that I have that in the past I had used to try to generate some income. And it's one of those things that, like you said, you were asking, what can we do? What do we do? Something that I can do naturally that can be turned into money or turned into a course, so that I could teach other people how to do it as well. So we have things that we just know how to do. Everybody has something that we know how to do that we could use to make it money or generate income, teach a course, whatever. So I just wanted to share that. As I was doing it, when you asked that question, I was like, oh yeah, this. And I'm complete.
That's right. And my sister makes the best cakes on the planet, vegan, regular. So I know she doesn't do it as a business anymore, but I just have to promote her. So
okay. Thank you.
You never know. You never know. You never know.
Coach Sheryl, I just want to pause for maybe 20 seconds and say that Gina's response is the very thing that we were talking about earlier. She was like, okay, thank you. Once again, passivity, trying to be humble, which sometimes is like in demure, and it's like, oh yeah, my cakes are okay. And yeah, if you say so, this is why some of us are in the situations we are in right now. Like, you've heard for years about how you bake and people like eat all the cake up. Black folks don't be lying about what they like and they don't like in the realm of food. If it's good, they're gonna eat it. If it's not, they're gonna leave it, and they may give you some feedback you don't want to hear. So, Gina, I just want to offer up, like, listen to yourself as your sister bigged you up and declared for the community how dope you are in your response. Just putting it out there. All right, my 20 seconds are up. And so we're going to move on to the next thing, Coach Sheryl.
Yes. So the next thing I'm going to do is get you guys, I'm going to pass on to Coach Z, and she's going to get you guys ready for something that we're going to be doing in the breakout room. So thank you, and keep that all percolating.
Thank you for upgrading me to coach. Not quite there yet, but I appreciate it. Heading in the right direction. So we are going to inspire you all to start taking action together now. We want you to each we're inviting you all to create a 30-day challenge for yourself. And we're going to break out into groups of 3. And first, we want you to name your group, because after we come back, we're gonna talk about this, and we want the groups to be identifiable. And then we want you to set your goals, what you'd like to accomplish or be well on your way to accomplishing within the next 30 days. Think about what tools you have that you can activate to accomplish your goals, and then share your contact information with each other so that you all can be accountability partners for each other. And we're going to be coming back. The tentative date right now is the 15th of May, a little over a month from now, and report back. Y'all down for that? Hands up, yeses, yays in the chat, whatever you.
We can't hear you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to break out into 3 rooms. The instructions will be in the chat, and we're going to do this.
Are we ready to go in? Can we repeat one more time what we're doing in the breakout rooms?
Yes, just a moment. And they will be in the chat. And if there's any questions, if you don't understand what we're doing, please ask us now before we go out. So you're going to name your group. You're all going to decide on a name. It doesn't have to be complicated, but something that y'all will identify you when we come back. Because Coach Catherine has a wonderful way for us to begin to manifest this. Once you've named your group, each one of you will set your own goals, what it is you think you would like to accomplish, what it is, pardon me, a little tongue-tied, that you would like to accomplish or be well on your way to accomplishing within the next 30 days. Look at what you have, what skills do you have, what stuff do you have, whatever that you have that can help you to activate and manifest this. And then, hold on, my screen went away. And the last thing is accountability partnerships. Thank you.
Exchange numbers.
Oh yes, exchange numbers, yes. Thank you.
We need conversation for the Facebookers so that they can have an experience.
Yes.
So who will be guiding that, please?
We forgot to discuss that. We can collectively do it.
Catherine.
Sure. So Facebook families, how you can participate in this activity. Again, we are asking 3 questions for yourself. Well, not questions, but we're asking you that you set a goal, like an affirming goal for yourself for the next 30 days that you will accomplish, for the next 30 days, in 30 days. What tools you'll share to activate and reach that goal. So Coach Sheryl mentioned several tools that you can use to activate that goal. There's others that you can use to activate that 30-day goal. And because the structure of Facebook, we don't have an accountability partnership ability, but we will definitely, if you can reach out to someone that you know and love, someone that's gonna push you, not your amen choir, not somebody like, girl, I know the struggle. It's okay if you didn't reach that goal. No, you want somebody that is going to push you, kick your butt to make sure that that 30-day goal, financial goal is reached. So reach out to someone that you know that will hold you accountable, that will push you lovingly towards that. So what goal would that be? And I'll share what my goal is going to be for 30 days. When we come back in May, I will have raised, well, generated $2,000. And I'm going to activate my tool. The tool I'm going to activate is passive income, right? So on my, what I don't know if everyone is familiar, but is vacationing. So when I have my time to go on vacation, I actually create a business. My husband and I, we take groups. So in April, I have a group that will be going to South Carolina and Georgia. It's for a Gullah Geechee tour. And so with that, bringing on, so far we have 6 people that will generate, you know, $1,000 for us, that I'm going on vacation and getting, you know, and generating income, doing something I love and enjoy. And also, you know, bringing on folks to also enjoy themselves. And it's not a heavy lift. It's not a lot of work. It's something I really, really love to do. And so in that, I will have generated that goal. I would make that goal. Also within that goal, I rent out my, I said garage, but I meant driveway space. I rent out my driveway space through a website called Neighbor. That website is great because whoever needs to park their car on a monthly basis. Right now, I have a tenant who, she's a traveling nurse. And she's gone for months at a time. So right now she's gone for 6 months, and that's my dog. That's like $300 a month that I just park your car in the backyard. I don't have to worry about, right? So start to think around what I really like, much like Coach Shawnee, just we're getting older. So, you know, trying to think around things that you don't have to work so hard to do. You know, I love the classes and this and all of those things, but those things are like physically you have to, you know, either go to, but if you can do it online at home, great, you know, but just try to think around things that you can generate passively for yourselves if you can. And I'm complete. Does anyone else want to provide an example of a goal, or share your goal as well with the Facebook community?
I'll share my goal. My goal is to declutter my closet and release a lot of clothing that I have not worn for years, and give it to, donate it to the women's shelter, and also to declutter my business, how I have it laid out in my apartment, to reorganize and restructure that. And with that, I know that there'll be some giveaways, because there's things that I'm not using that I thought I would use as well. So I'm looking to declutter and give away, which makes the space for the abundance flow, and for me to learn how to organize it and use it properly.
Ashay. And Z, what's your goal?
My goal is to generate a consistent revenue that I can generate from wherever I choose to go, and always have something coming in. And the tools that I'm using are, I'm studying copywriting. That's one. And how do I explain this in a nutshell? When my mom transitioned, my brother and I put together a memorial video for her. He had her funeral in Michigan, where she had moved, and then I had another memorial in New York, which is where she spent most of her life. So the program that I created for the memorial, I combined it with the video and some other things, and created a wonderful memorial that I really believe people would like actually, I know for a fact that the video is something that people would like, because a friend of mine, when I showed it to her, when I shared it with her, made me promise that if she passed before me, I would create one for her. So I know people would be interested in that. That's something people would be interested in buying. And actually, what reminded me of it is that she actually transitioned last fall, which is completely unexpected. And I recently remembered that I'd made that promise to her. So I went back to connect with her daughters and get the materials to put it together. And I was like, if I can do this for her, I can do this for other people. And I think people would pay for it. So that's another stream that I'm now creating. And in the process of it, I thought to find out from Teresa how to turn it into an NFT so that they could actually use it to generate revenue to help the family of whoever they're remembering. So that's a whole new thing I'm literally just developing within the last week. And I'm complete.
Thank you. And we have some share. Kmau, I'm going to ask you to share your goal quickly, and then we have some comments in the Facebook space that we should hear as well.
Well, I think first and foremost is to establish within my rituals a focus around finances and bringing the aspirations as well as those things that might be blocking me to the realm of the spirit and the ancestors. That's one. And then, setting a fee for my coaching consultancy is going to be the next goal of mine. And if I can squeeze one more in, decluttering my office.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And we're back. Breakout rooms are complete.
It would be great to hear from someone else who is in the space. The breakout rooms will be done in about 35 seconds.
Okay.
So just looking in this space on Zoom, Naomi, Omari is here, Robin, Sister. So any one of you want to share what your goal is before we welcome everybody into the space? And just keep in mind, as you're sharing, they may repopulate the session. So just keep that in mind so you're not thrown off. Anyone in the Zoom space now want to share your goal?
Chickens.
I guess not. All righty. All righty. So they're coming back in. So we'll be seeing everyone in a few seconds.
Mama.
Who's that? Oh. I'm like somebody saying, Mama.
Sorry.
Right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, yeah, how many? Welcome back. Hope y'all got some great work done.
We do.
Yes. All right. So I am going to share my screen. As I ask for feedback. So let's see. Who set out the breakout? If we can have group one, the first group that went in, or you know what? As a matter of fact, Mama Amma, I'm sorry.
Got the name of group
that you are part of. Can you share, or did y'all select someone to give feedback?
Yes, okay, so it's myself and Ann Parker. I think Parker, yeah. And Ann wants to lose 10 pounds in a month. And she was saying it's for her health as well as finances, for saving money, because she goes out and eats often, and Chinese restaurants are her downfall. So she is packing her food from now on, and she is determined to lose 10 pounds. So by a month, because it's a 90-day challenge, she wants to lose 10 pounds a month. Myself, it's around finances. I messed around and I owe the federal government tax money. And so in foresight, Spirit was working with me, because when I got this money, that had increased my taxes, I put it in the market. I bought Bitcoin, I bought coins, and I bought shares. So at first I was like, oh my God, I owe this money to the government. What am I going to do? And then I remembered, wait a minute, you put all that money into an account. So I'm just going to sell off a few shares to get the money that I owe the government. And then I don't know about the rest of you, but I got money from my insurance company for the extra money that they've been charging Michiganders. I don't know if anybody else in the country is experiencing that, but for us, they have sent us checks. So that came in the other day, and I said, hallelujah, Spirit, you're working with us. So I know that I'll have that handled. So I will report back on in May to let you know that I got that handled, and the extra money is going right back in the market, and I'm complete.
Okay, thank you so much. And I just want to go back to your accountability partner, Anna. And what tools are you using to lose the 10 pounds? I don't know. I may have missed it.
What tools? Well, I'm gonna become more active. What I did was I needed support, so I started a family and friends weight loss challenge. So we collectively all putting in $20. So I have 15 people to make up $300. So we had like the first prize 200, second prize 100, and then we're gonna have $50 for third prize because my friend is putting a little extra to the pot to encourage us. So the resources of my family and friends to help to motivate me, and the money is also a motivation. And I want to become more active of going to the gym or possibly starting a walking group. So that is definitely the tools, because sometimes we forget that our family and friends are resources too.
Okay. All right, I just want to make sure I get the goal clear. So the goal is to, spelled that wrong, lose the 10 pounds, and then financially you are generating money to, and what's the goal? How much is the goal?
Oh, the first prize is $200. Second prize is $300. I'm sorry. First prize is 200. Second prize is 300. Third prize. I'm saying it wrong. It's the goal. The first prize is 200. The second prize is 100.
Okay.
Third prize is $50 for the one who loses the most weight. So
Gotcha.
I started it. I want to win that money too. So it's health related and financial. So I think Mama forgot to mention that we called money, not money rules, numbers rule. That's the name of our group, because she's dealing with the finances. We're dealing with the weight, but it's still numbers.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. And just let me know if this is accurate. Numbers rule, and then your goal of losing 10 pounds to generate $300. But I'm claiming the 300 top prize for you. And then your tools are your family and friends to motivate and to generate that income. Mama Amal, you are getting clear on your taxes, getting complete on your taxes, and the tools you are going to activate and the investment income that has been inactivated from before. Am I good? All right. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Sometimes seeing it on screen, seeing it real, hold you accountable as well. So thank you. And can we have the next group, Baba Code? What group are you with? If you or your accountability partner can come off mute.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I got this right. So our group is named AKK, and so that's Mama Sweetness, Mama Catherine, and Brother Adam and myself. I did not, we didn't get a financial goal. We didn't get a chance to talk about our, financial goals and things like that. Mama Catherine, do you want to come on and
This is hilarious. Do I want to come on and say what we didn't do? Or that would be a no. But no, this is no, beloved, Sister Catherine, I was in the room by myself for the longest, and then you guys put me in with Adam, and so we didn't get a chance to do what was assigned for us to do. And then also just now, as brother was speaking, sweetness is the preference as far as addressing me, and so our name for the group is, brother, let me have this liberty, is ASK.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's ask. So we're on point. So what I will say is the discipline that I have for myself is brushing my teeth twice a day at the very least, and not eating after 9 p.m. and drinking water, which helps me be more present so that I can be more responsible with my finances and the flow of my increase of money.
Okay, what's the goal? You said the goal is to drink. I'm sorry.
Yes, the goal is to be extremely consistent with brushing my teeth twice daily, not eating after 9 p.m. and drinking the adequate amount of water daily, which puts me in a better position to have the flow of my finances be effortlessly coming to me and also out of me to others.
Okay.
And my means of doing that is to stay connected with my two brothers, my accountability brothers. Yes.
Okay. And can I just, so you're drinking water, how much water, and you can think on that and then share it, just so you can have like
the adequate amount is 100 ounces a day.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Per day. All right. Thank you. And the tools of your accountability partner. Got you. And who's next in your group?
Adam. Oh, Kojo didn't say what his goal was.
Okay, I could speak for myself. Now I'm clear with what the activity was about now, because I was shopping at Trader Joe's as you know, talking about it, and I get a chance to hear the agenda. So what I could say for myself is my goal continue to move forward is to continue my fitness journey that I started back in October, as far as trying to shape my body and stay active. And also I also want to continue to eat digest like sea moss and some herbal plant supplements that I buy from certain Black business stores, so I can continue to prevent diseases and whatnot.
Okay. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. I want you to think around how that will activate your financial abundance. Just really think about it. I'm going to come back around to you, but I want you to really think about a goal that's going to activate your financial abundance for the next 30 days and an achievable goal for 30 days. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll come back around. Babako?
My financial goal for our group, which I would ask for accountability support, is to file for the incorporation status for the Allende's travel and for the hand, and then begin the process of establishing business credit.
Okay. All right. And your tool is your accountability partners?
Yes.
All right. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so. I think that's it. I didn't I would like Mama Sweetness. I was in the room by myself for a while. I didn't get the full assignment. So thank you.
All right. Thank you. I'm sorry, you complete? I'm sorry.
I'm complete. Yeah.
And there was a fourth person?
Catherine, can we change Catherine with a K's name to Sweetness? That's what we call her. And that's how they came up with their name.
Yes. Yeah. That's how. Yeah. Ask Adam
Got
Sweet.
it. Okay, got you. All right, awesome. And
Coach Catherine,
Mhm.
may I offer something to the group with Sweetness, Baba Kojo, and Adam? Just offering up an opportunity to look at how the three of you were unprepared for the full participation with the activity, and what that might mean in reference to how things play out when it comes to financial flow and planning and execution and things of that nature. For me, there, in this space, there are no accidents. There are only opportunities to like really look and explore. So the three of you in the group together, it's just not quite clear. So opportunity, possibility, what can be done to create the space so that this doesn't get lost in the sauce and you actually take the action. The other piece too, like Baba Kojo, your pieces were very definitive. All of you were in different ways, but just looking at how you make a very specific bridge between the actions you said you're going to take and the connection with your financial flow. Otherwise, it can, in your drinking of your water, it can get drowned out. You're drinking water, but you're not manifesting financially or doing the things that you said you were going to do on that level. I just wanted to offer that up for this group because there was a pattern there of not knowing. Just something to consider.
Right, thank you for that support. All right.
No problem.
Thank you. And Adam, I just while you're off of mute, did you come up with a goal yet?
My financial goal is to, continue to invest in crypto, continue to learn about NFT in the metaverse, and I'm also studying on business acquisition as where I'm speaking.
Okay.
In real estate and whatnot.
Gotcha. All right, so let's hone in. So your investment in crypto, is there an amount that you're gonna go yourself to invest here?
I'm looking at somewhere between either $20 per week or $80 per month in crypto.
All right, let's say that's good. This is great. It's achievable. It's doable for your 30 days. Is that cool if I keep it there?
I'm sorry.
I said it. I was just putting something, 30 days achievable that you can make happen in 30 days. Is that good?
For sure.
All right. So remember, we're gonna come back to this community so we can see how everybody did. So make sure that your goals are definitely achievable, something that you can get accomplished. Make them too big or out of reach, but there's things that we can really get done together as a community. Sorry, I'm just spelling all kinds of wrong right now, but just want to do a time check. Can we get our other groups to put their commitments and their 30-day commitments in the chat, and I will transpose them onto the Jamboard at now and share them in the Woo Space, the Facebook community, so we can see them, love on them, send them the ashes that we need to get them accomplished as a community. But I thank you all so much for thinking around this, really exploring this topic and challenging yourself. Challenge yourself. That is the goal, to do something to stretch, as Z offered in the beginning, to stretch, to make sure that the goal is still achievable, but out of your comfort zone, something that will be transformative. Thank you, Seth. Thank you so much, Angela. That would be informative, transformative for yourself, for your family, this in time to come for more. to open the doors for more and more and more and more abundance. So this is the practice. And I'm complete. Thank you all so much. I'm passing it back to my brother Kmau.
All right, family. Hey, listen, we did some good work today. We were able to enter into a space. We responded to the call. And as we know, in this space, there's nothing coincidental. So you being here and being into this topic is a part of your heart yearning. It's a part of things that might have been on your mind unconsciously that you arrived into the space. So now you're called to, enter into it for real, right? So an initiation process is the call, it's the ritual, and then there's the trials. So what is it that we're going to do in terms of coming back next month that speak to the specific trials that we're going to put ourselves through in order to continue to expand and grow? And, again, it's a gradual process because someone might have a vision, and it's taking one bite of the elephant at a time and being able to ensure that we're showing up and doing something consistently every day that helps us to continue to activate and build the muscle, be able to expand, grow, and live the divine design of our lives and be fully compensated for the gifts and the purpose that we're here to share. All right, so Ashe, and thank you so much for participating. This is our all around narratives, and as we know our story, we know our power. All right, Ashe, we are ready to close out with moving forward with our information. And thank you once again, administration, as well as the facilitators. Powerful collaboration today.
Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, leaders, facilitators, powerhouses, financial moguls to be. So grateful for your offering today, for the growth, development, transformation, and abundance manifestation for this community. So we're going to close out with contact information for these awesome wonders. And let me put this on the screen. Please stay with us, family, if you are able, because completion, beginning, middle, and end is so important. So the contact information for our beloved sister, Coach Catherine, is here. You can screenshot this, but it's also been dropped in the chat and it's been dropped in the Facebook thread so that you can contact her if you wish. And also get the support. She put the information on the jam board that got generated by the community and has made the commitment to follow up so that we are aware of what the community has declared. So thank you, Coach Catherine, for that. And once again, the other members of this awesome facilitation team. Hold on a second, family. All right, Brother Kmau. His contact information, the same thing. You have the opportunity to reach out. Teresa, if you could drop your share in the chat, because we're conscious of the time, it's 9:03, so drop your share in the chat so that the community can read it. And this is how we get in touch with our brother so that he can continue to share his wisdom and then also receive the wisdom from the community. Our beloved Coach Sheryl, contact information about her and her company, Your Bliss Zone. Screenshot it, check it out in the chat for Zoom and also the thread for Facebook so that you can be in touch and you can support. Each person that has been mentioned has their own business. You can patronize the business and support them in manifesting abundance, because as we pour into them, we pour into ourselves, and the reciprocity keeps flowing. Like Coach Sheryl mentioned earlier, contact information for Sistar Z, phone, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the ways to get in touch. And what was mentioned earlier were the plans for the future, business-wise, so we can keep a watch out and then also support that business and support her manifestation and flow. Love offerings. So, Kmau, do you want to take this?
Sure. So as we know, the richest nation in the world is donation, and the most powerful city is generosity. Right, so we're making our love offerings today. You can do that through Zelle QuickPay, Soul Leadership Development at gmail.com, Cash App, $ Spirit of a Woman. And our code for the day is number 556 CSKZ. Again, number 556 CSKZ. Greatly appreciate any of the donations to keep this spirit of what we're doing continuing to grow, thrive, and expand.
Here's another way in the Woo Collective that we are asking folks to consider for our future. We turn 2 on March 29th. So when you're 2, you have new skills and abilities. You can walk around a little differently. You can grab things, you can speak, you can assert yourself. So we ask for assertion in our 2-year-old way of being in the form of consistent giving that is not tied to your memory, but tied to an already created automated love offering for the Woo Nation, so that we can keep pouring into this collective that gives and gives and gives and helps us to grow and grow and grow. So you have the option of $25, $50, $75, $100 a month. And then if there's another layout or configuration, that number can be created, or I'm not sure if it can automatically add it. I don't think so, because it's a bit.ly, but it can be requested so that we can create it, so you can do that with ease. So whether it's 20 or 10, ask Spirit, and Spirit will guide you towards the amount that aligns with your highest receptivity. So you've been receiving and just being able to be reciprocal and giving back to this nation that just keeps feeding us all the time. Goodness gracious. Who's coming up? Kmau, did you say you're going to do this, or is this me? I'm open to either.
I think it was Z, but since I'm
Yes,
on,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Rock it.
Right, so we're going to continue to build off of the momentum, establishing our week off with our sister Dion Monsanto. That's tomorrow. Create joy amidst grief and chaos. Wow, that's a really powerful theme of being able to transform pain into power. And then we have another powerful collaboration on the 5th, which is Tuesday. Consumption without judgment leads to production. Yes, indeed. And, you know, contest to the powerhouses. The names speak for themselves. Tiffany, Matthias, Mama Amal Muhammad, and John Carl Martin. All tune in on Tuesday. This is our first 2 days of the week, Monday and Tuesday. Guaranteed to be powerful.
Yes, beautiful. All right, so for those who are in the space for the very first time, we thank you for being here. We acknowledge you and your contribution. Contribution is energy and time, because that's currency. So thank you for your currency. In this community, we are here to learn, elevate, and ascend. So thank you for supporting us in doing that and supporting yourself. And we encourage you to keep coming back, keep witnessing, keep co-creating, and keep expanding and stretching, as we were talking about earlier. So salute to all of you who are new, whether you are on Facebook and new or Zoom and new. We appreciate you. In the schedule for the new folks and for the folks who come here regularly, maybe you need a reminder. We offer up the Wake Up Everybody virtual community facilitation on Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30, and then again on Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30, 5 days a week. Once again, Sunday through Thursday, and we are off on, but never off. You get to apply what you've learned on Friday and Saturday. So we invite you to keep coming on in and keep inviting people for the seasoned Zoomers, the seasoned participants from Woo, excuse me. When's the last time you actually invited someone to woo? Sometimes we're so into the habitual way of showing up and being for ourselves that we forget that there are others who have never heard of this space and that can benefit. So I invite you, as you declare how you're going to manifest abundance, one of the ways that I manifest abundance is by sharing information and opportunity with other people. You never know when the next person that comes into this space by invitation will be your next client that will take you over the edge in reference to your financial goals, or will be your next partner or co-creator. We can never stop expanding this community. So if you want to get morning alerts to remind you about this session and the link, text this number 74121 and type in Woo Nation in all caps, and you'll be able to receive the daily reminders to come into this space. And we look forward to playing with you. Our Woo swag. We keep reminding you that you can wear Woo on your back. You can get activated around the sleeve for your laptop, the journal you're writing in, the bag that you carry, the shirt that you're wearing, the water bottle you're drinking out of, drinking water that says, wake up, everybody. And then also your teacup, like that is powerful. It's a conversation piece and it's a reminder and an affirmation for you to keep growing. So purchase your swag, and it's getting warmer and warmer. I need some more colorful t-shirts to wear so I can look fly as I move through New York and other places that I plan to travel for the spring and the summer. Just want to thank you all. Please do register for this week if you haven't done so already. Join our Facebook private page and public page if you're not already on. Screenshot this so you can see how to do it. We are amplifying our presence on Instagram, so grateful about the posting. And then also YouTube, we've downloaded more videos from previous sessions, so go and check us out on YouTube. Wake Up Everybody or Woo Nation on their Woo on YouTube. Go back and refresh yourself by listening to and watching some of the sessions that we put up there over the last couple of weeks. And if you need something, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. We need more facilitators. So if you know a dope ass facilitator that can facilitate in virtual space, because that's not always the case, please do refer them. Email us, text me if you have my number so that I can reach out to those folks and get them in here so that we can keep growing and going. Yes. Now, for all of the presenters for today's session, we are super grateful for what you have offered up. And so I'm going to ask that you come off mute, family, and acknowledge the presenters, Coach Catherine, Coach Sheryl, Brother Kmau, and Sister Z. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And family, let's give them some thanks. And there's 19 of us, but we can make noise like there are 119. So bring it.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very good workshop. Appreciate it.
Wonderful.
Looking forward to this next month of positivity and encouragement and positivity. Thank you for reminding me that I need to get to work. Thank you very much.
Many blessings.
Thank you. Yes.
You guys have an amazing week. Y'all are super
Have a
dope.
wonderful week. See you tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you guys.
Tomorrow.